What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's bees. This the molten hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The molten hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am Tony Golick, and joined always with my good friend, my very best friend, Brandon Wenninger. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm doing okay, man. How are you doing?
I'm all right, dealing with the quarantine, but it's been all right. Had the son's first birthday yesterday, so.
Which was awesome. We got to do it via Zoom.
Yay!
Oh, shut up, guest. You're not supposed to talk yet.
Oh.
God damn it.
Start over.
There's no guests tonight. That was cool. The whole Zoom thing with the guests were, the whole Zoom thing for the birthday was a lot of fun. That was cool to see.
It worked out pretty good.
Did you guys give him my drum set yet?
Oh, we did.
Awesome.
He started playing with that earlier.
Shut up, guests. God. I'm looking forward to watching you guys jam together, where you play guitar and he's on the drums.
Yeah, he was playing with it earlier, and I was telling Becca to try to get video of it, and then he lost interest right after I mentioned that.
Oh, it's like me when I was in a band.
Yep.
But anyway, today we're doing this via video chat, but we are joined by two guests. If you don't know that already, this episode is all about curbside pickup and beer delivery. Since we're all dealing with all this staying at home COVID nonsense, and I'm calling it nonsense because it sucks, not because it's not real.
Yeah.
It's very real.
Yeah.
We are joined by Kevin and Deb. Back at it again, baby.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Hey,
Kevin
hey,
and Deb
hey.
in the house. Woo!
Hey.
All right.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Just
See ya.
me and Brandon for the rest of the night.
Quickest podcast ever.
Well, some of you might know that Kev and Deb created the After the Final Pour song for us, and they sang it for us, which was 2 episodes ago. And if you went back and listened to that episode, you would think that the song had been written for many years, as Brandon and I sang it about 90 times out of each clip I had to edit. I also said that we were singing on it, which we weren't. So, spoiler alert, we didn't sing it. We asked you guys to come on because, well, I know at least you guys have participated in this curbside pickup and beer delivery as well. And Brandon, you have done so as well, and I have done so as well. So we thought maybe it'd be cool to talk about what we've all experienced through this. So, Brandon, why don't you throw it out there? What did you start with? Why don't you start?
So I guess the first thing I did close to like a curbside pickup was just a pickup order at Binny's was the first thing I did. Nothing crazy, but, and you still had to go into the store but they had the order ready. Just go there, grab it, run right out. So, minimal contact with people, which was nice.
Do you remember what you got?
Yes, it was, I think I got some Lagunitas, I think the little something. I know I got Framboise, because that's what Becca wanted. And some, they had these 8-ounce cans of cider, I think.
Ooh.
I think it was Vandermill. I'd have to check.
Cool.
But it was like a rosé cider, because, just something for the wife. So we did that, and then
My wife.
I think that was pretty much it for that order. I did Brickstone. I got some Brickstone APA as well. So that was cool. That was the first thing I did. And then we've been doing the Lake Effect deliveries.
I think we're all familiar. We all did that, I think, at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like almost every other week. I think we've been doing that. Something comes up. Like, oh, yeah, okay.
I almost did it this week because they brought the French duck pie back.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, screw keto, right? Let's just have pie.
Well, and it's funny because, I can't find the receipt from my last order, but we had done an order of the brownie with the stout.
I did that.
And then I swear I just threw on the pie, like the blueberry pie, because they had it. I was like, we'll just get a blueberry pie. But I got the beer too, and for the life of me, I can't find that receipt. So they like just gave me the beer, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah.
Thanks, Clint.
Probably a screw up, but so that was cool. And then I did I picked up actually a keg of beer from Revolution. So
Yeah, which I was fortunate enough to get a growler of. I haven't cracked it. I'm actually going to crack it open for Mother's Day. So when everyone's listening to this, I've probably already drank 64 ounces of freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Which one did you get, Brandon?
freedom of speech. That's what I did.
Okay.
So like I did that.
He filled up a growler for me from his keg.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
Part of my beer delivery story. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's 5 gallons of beer, so as quickly as I can get through it, that means I can get another one. And it kind of worked out too, because so the kegerator that I have, I had converted it to do like our homebrew kegs, and I didn't want to have to keep switching back and forth between, basically taking the lines off and putting in the Syncy connection for like commercial kegs. And I found a homebrew website that actually sold a coupler that goes on to those, and it's just really 2 pieces. It was $20. They snap right on, and like it's not a problem. So I switched, I can easily switch between that, and then Tony dropped off a growler of his the Cinnamon Toast Crunch churro beer.
The 1 gallon keg.
Yeah, so it's a little 1 gallon keg, so easily
counts as a growler.
Yeah, well, almost. Yeah. So just switch over to that easily. Take a couple pours off that, switch back to the other keg. So yeah, it's really nice.
Sorry. Right on. What about you guys, Kevin, Deborah? What have you guys done?
I think the first one we did was the Fanny's one. We did the French silk pie with the Ooh La La stout, and then we ordered again. We did the blueberry. Mm-hmm. So I think those are the first 2 we did. We've mostly been just going to the liquor store for the most part. One night though, we wanted. I was really wanting a stout, and all we had was just some like Old Styles or something in the fridge, and Deb wanted some. Which one did you want?
Some German beers.
Some sort of German beers, and we couldn't find those at our local, so we're like, let's check out Drizzly. Let's see what Drizzly has. So we signed up for Drizzly for the first time ever using that. It felt weird, I want to say, but we got it ended up working out. I mean, it wasn't too expensive. It's like maybe like a $5 charge. You're still supporting the local store. You could pick which store you want them to
nice.
deliver from. And I found out because they didn't have one of the things in stock. They called and they were able to switch it out. It's the actual store does the delivery, so they just do it through the Drizzly service, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, but it was fast and easy. And we have, luckily, Cardinal is like right across the street from us, so we'll walk over there on occasion. And Leo's Liquors in Mayfair by my folks' house, they do delivery. Actually, when I was last there picking up this Maplewood, they said they do delivery for a 3-mile radius. So we could even call them, and they have lots of really good stuff there too. And they're always nice and have awesome selection. So yeah, we have not struggled finding alcohol at all.
we tried to do curbside from Alarmist over on Peterson.
We were riding bikes over there.
We were riding bikes, and
but they were just closed. It was like Monday or Tuesday.
It was one of the days that they were closed. So we failed on that. So yeah, I think Fanny's or Lake Effect, Drizzly, and that's pretty much it. We went to Binny's. We didn't do curbside though. I didn't know they did that actually. We actually went in.
I don't really feel so bad about going into Binny's though, because they're always like airplane hangar sized, and you can very easily stay away from other people. So
yeah. Everybody that I've interacted with at Binny's has been pretty much like they've got a mask on, and
like everyone.
They want to go through and come and go, and that's it. They're there to grab something and not really like hanging out
exactly
like I normally would.
Right.
Let's see. So, what have I done? I've done a couple things. I've gone to the liquor store, which has been Binny's. I did the Fanny's brownie and espresso gone stout delivery. The other random beer things I've done is given Brandon the keg. Yeah. I've given you guys beer.
That's right.
I got a growler from Brandon, and I actually just opened up a beer from a neighbor who had a beer. she started listening to the podcast, and she said, "Hey, I got this. Yeah, we got a new listener." And she gave me this beer. Hey, Kevin, I showed this to you recently, but I'm going to show you guys. It's called the Brown Note.
Oh Lord, why?
It's a really great can, and it is from. I'm going to drink it now with you guys. It's from Against the Grain in Kentucky. So I'm pretty excited about that. So that was another way that I was able to do the beer thing. I haven't gone to a brewery yet to actually pick up beer, although
we tried to go to Old Irving that one time too.
Oh yeah, Old
Sorry.
Irving. Yeah,
that's okay.
They were also out of what I wanted, so I think that was the night we got Drizzly because I really wanted a stout.
That is, you're right.
What were you trying to get from Old Irving that they were out of?
Oh, I was trying to get, what is it called? It's the really dark breakfast stout that they had. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called.
We had to look at it.
And I remember. I wanted to get. I think you and I sent each other messages about that beer, and I didn't end up going to get it either. But that is something I do want to do soon. Get directly from the breweries and go and pick up. I was actually looking at that today. I had to go run some errands, to go see my dad and everything, and I almost thought about driving out to Microphone because they have crowlers of Imperial Smells Like Bean Spirit. And then I thought to myself, do I need 32 ounces of an Imperial Stout with maple syrup?
The answer is yes, Tony.
Obviously.
Correct. But my stomach would disagree the next day. It would be very upset with me. A couple other breweries that I was looking at also was Beguile, Dovetail, who else? Oh, and Half Acre. And, of course, Revolution. So I think as the next couple weeks or so, as we're still, through May, I'm definitely going to make the attempt. I did buy Lake Effect beer from Lake Effect, but I was also working for him that day. So does that count?
That counts.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Objection.
Yes! 1 for 2. Overruled.
Damn it. The Old Irving was Ancient Magic. It's the peanut butter s'mores.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember that. By the way, the brown note that I'm drinking right now is fucking delicious. It's really good. Yeah, I could do without the can of the guy shitting himself, for sure. It's funny. I laughed. I chuckled when I got it, and I said that was great. But the beer is really good.
Nice.
I want to make a brown ale like that.
Is there a description on it, or?
Let's see. It's dark over here at the bar. Yes. This is a brown ale to end all brown ales. Enjoy it, because there's no longer any reason to drink another brown ale. You've reached the pinnacle. The disco bump. The brown note. Drink this beer or shit yourself trying. I'm not going to disagree. This is delicious.
Hey, I have a question.
Not a description.
That's what they had.
God damn it.
I have a question for both of you guys.
Being honest.
I know it's pretty easy, as we're describing right now, to get beer. It hasn't been a problem. But I know you guys both have like a deep bench of stuff that you have stocked. Have you been digging into that at all?
Yes.
No. I mean, yes.
Bullshit, Brandon.
Yeah, and it's funny. So, because a lot of the stuff I have like bombers of things. And a lot of it, I have a hard time. Not that I don't, not that I couldn't drink a bomber by myself, but I
do it.
But it's along the lines of it's stuff that I for so long I didn't drink any of that beer. I've got beer that goes back to 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, what was the oldest beer that you and I drank? 2009.
Yeah. So
and you got it in 2011, yeah.
Yeah, so Tony and I drank a 2009 Old Stock Ale. But
so good.
I have stuff, original Pipeworks stuff from when they first started producing. And
Awesome.
so as much as I'm I want to drink this stuff, it's also the point is to share it with people. So I've very seldomly kind of gone in there to grab stuff. Hence kind of why I got the keg. It kind of keeps me from doing that. Although, as much as I like the freedom of speech, it's, when I want a stout, it's I don't have any stouts around here. So, the other day, I opened up a Bourbon County Cafe de Ola. Or Oya.
You son of a bitch.
Well, I had two of them, and I was well, I could do one. So I cracked it. I poured half of the bottle, and I recapped it, and I'll drink it within the next couple days or whatever. So, because I didn't need to drink a 14-ounce beer like in one sitting, especially when I'm
if you want, I can stop by and you can pour it in a glass for me, and I'll stand up front.
Yeah, it's when
I think I just got brushed off.
Yeah. So when it's different. Like if I'm sitting there, if we're playing Xbox or something like that, which I think my Xbox is now dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, I kept it shut off. Well, it froze yesterday when we were playing Grand Theft Auto, and then I got super annoyed, and then
GTA.
So I did a full reset on it, and then logged back in, and then it just started lagging really slow. And I think actually part of that is something's going on with our internet here. So actually we have AT&T coming out on Monday to upgrade our internet.
Wire.
No, goddamn fiber's not available in our neighborhood. It's literally across the street.
You told me that.
Emil has it, and he's 3 or 4 blocks away, and they keep telling me, "Oh, it's coming soon, real soon." I'm like, "Lady, I've been here for 3 years. It's not coming soon." When I moved in, you guys were sending me ads about getting fiber, and then every time I call, you guys, they're like, "No." So I have 50 megabytes.
No.
For $10 more, we're upgrading to 70 megabytes.
There you go. That'll be good.
No, 75 megabytes. So they're coming on Monday just to bring a new router for us. So.
Brandon, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, but it was probably a week after we became friends on Xbox, and now your Xbox is broken.
Yeah.
He's your downfall.
Interesting.
I don't know. I haven't tried
His
it.
Xbox is broken with quotes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not wanting to talk to Kevin.
Yeah. Well, I haven't tried it today, and last night it was just going so slow. I thought something was wrong, so I just turned it off. And I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to bed."
You know what sucks is that I finally have Red Dead Redemption 2. Was that a cat I just heard?
I think it's my
I
chair.
thought I heard a cat.
Oh, Chirpy.
Oh, it is our cat.
I knew it. Chirpy. Chirpy's in the house. In Shitbox Studios, where you guys were broadcasting live from. Of course, I get Red Dead Redemption 2, and now your Xbox.
Have you played the online stuff yet, or no?
Not yet. No. I'm looking forward to that. There was something else beer related. Oh, yes, I remembered. Excuse me. Sorry. Fan favorite of the show, Clark Fettridge. He and I have talked about possibly. So I've done beer trades like that as well, where Clark has got a couple cans of beer, and I'll see him checking in on Untapped, and I'll say something about it, and he said, "Hey, I've got an extra one if you want to try it. If you want to pick it up, I'll leave it outside." I was like, "Great." So when we did that, I ended up bringing 2 beers by him. He gave me 2 beers. Actually, he gave me 3 beers because the Goose Island delivery truck, someone from Goose Island, lives in his neighborhood. Not going to say names, who it is, but that truck came and he gave that whole neighborhood beer, which was pretty awesome.
Wow.
So he got the White Sox. Yeah, he got not the whole neighborhood, but a lot of neighbors got it, which is super cool of them to do that. But I did get the White Sox Golden Ale, which, by the way, even if you're not a Sox fan, that beer is delicious. But anyways, so I went there and
Drain pour it.
Smash the can. I stood on the other side of his fence. He put the bag on one side. I put my bag on the other side. We grabbed our beers, and that was it. And we actually talked about, he grabbed some beer in Michigan recently that he wanted to share with me. And he said, he's got a pretty decent sized yard. That he and I were talking about maybe getting together, where he sits in a long way away, maybe even 12 feet, and he pours himself some, and I have my cup there. I'm going to bring my own cup, and he's going to pour it in there, and we're going to sit about 12 feet away in his yard on a nice day and just drink the beer together and talk.
Yeah.
So that's about as risky as I'm getting.
Yeah,
that's about it.
We had the same thing with my sister and brother-in-law who live a couple blocks from us, and we were going to hang out on their back porch on one of these days that was really nice, and then we're like, yeah, it kind of sucks. They have a big porch, and we could have done it, but it's just
Sure.
We want to wear our masks, and then just having to take off your mask to drink, it just seems really cumbersome. And using the bathroom, what do you do? I don't want to go into their house,
I'm peeing in his yard, that's for sure.
Adult depends.
Yeah,
there you
baby.
go.
I don't think we're gonna. I don't know. I'll let you guys know how that turns out. I don't mind pulling the mask down to take a sip. It's a stout. It's a big stout from what I remember seeing in the picture. So we'll be there for.
Well, and again, I was gonna say is you have to remember the thing about the masks is like the masks are required when you can't maintain a 6-foot distance.
Oh yeah.
So if you're literally sitting 12 feet
true.
away and you guys are just in the yard, the mask isn't really necessary. You know.
I think
that's true.
I think everyone's just so panicked because we're always hearing conflicting details about everything, and I don't know. We all want to hang out and be together, but we don't want to put anyone at risk. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But I think,
I'm not
I think
come
what
in...
you're doing is fine. I mean, you're outside and you're
Sure.
going to be completely far away, so I think that's more than fair.
and-
So
You could sit on his garage roof and then
Oh, cool.
make sure there's no like wind coming your way, like no cross breeze.
Well, the other thing is that I don't have any intention of coming in contact with his kids or his wife. So it's just going to be he and I sharing that beer, and that's it. So I'll let you know how that. Not cool, Kevin.
and you
I'm
guys
not-
have
don't-
your
not
appendage
gonna edit that shit.
advantage, whereas myself, it's a little bit more difficult to go.
Yes, to use to go to the bathroom. Correct. I knew where you were going with that. Talking about wieners and vaginas.
Talking about
Yes, we got it.
Weens and vagines.
Weens and vaginas.
Welcome to the Wiener Hour.
This is a kids show. I don't know
Yeah.
if I told you guys that. This episode is actually just for kids. Oh, cool. Zoom just told me my internet connection is unstable.
Uh-oh.
Fiber.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I was on a call for work and like somebody was complaining about their internet, so I just sit there and froze and stared at the camera for like a couple seconds. They're like, "Oh, you're frozen," and I was like, it was pretty funny.
Oh, God. I will say this. While we've done this, you guys have frozen at least 3 times while you were talking. But everything seems to catch up, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah. We haven't had a problem.
No.
Yeah, everybody else is at home in my house streaming a whole bunch of shit, probably. So, yeah, cool.
Shut off, and let me turn off everyone's devices. From
Yeah,
my
I can
phone.
do that, actually.
Turn the TV off. Yeah.
Speaking of dropping off beer, I dropped off the same beer to both of you.
Yeah.
My cinnamon churro cream ale experiment.
Yep.
And for people not following me on social media, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, Ace of Hopes, Chicago on Instagram, find me there, baby. What I did was take my cream ale recipe and added cinnamon toast crunch churros to the secondary, hoping that it would impart some cinnamon flavor. This was following the guidelines that I learned from the Basic Brewing podcast episode about how they added cereal to the secondary to into a stout that used Count Chocula cereal to get the chocolate in there, and they said they could taste the difference. So I tried it, and what did you guys think? I have my own opinions. I already know what's going on with what I'm going to do next, but I'd like to know what you guys think of the beers, or as Brandon, I know Becca has tried some as well. So, Brandon, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it was funny. I gave some to my wife. I was like, "Try this. Tell me what you think." She took a sip and she goes, "It tastes like Natty Ice." And she goes, "Don't tell Tony." So she's
he told me right in front of me.
in front of her. So she's not. I mean, she's not a huge beer drinker, but she does. She likes stouts. She likes sours and like fruit beers and stuff like that. But I wouldn't have said it tastes like Natty Ice, but what I thought when I tried it, I was like, it almost tasted just like a Pilsner or something like that. It was just I got kind of the cream ale aspect of it, but the cinnamon was just so faint in the back end. Like, if I didn't know that was in there, I would have thought it would have been something in my beer line, been like, oh man, that's probably from the other beer that was just in there that giving it a funny flavor. But knowing it was cinnamon, then like I caught it right away. But yeah, I mean, just knowing how you did it and like following those guidelines, it's kind of shocking that it wasn't more prominent. Yeah, I mean, that was my. It's still. I mean, it's an easy drinking beer. Like, it's not like overly carbonated, and like I had a glass of it, and I'm like, oh, that went down really quick. But yeah, like as far as it being like a cinnamon toast crunch beer, like I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. Kevin, Deb.
Deb had some as well. She's more of a cinnamon toast crunch aficionado.
I'm a huge cinnamon toast crunch freak.
But,
Wow.
What about the churro?
Like, I haven't had the churro one yet.
What you know about that churro, girl?
I thought it tasted like a wheat ale. I didn't really catch any of the cinnamon at all. It was
Okay.
it was smooth, but I for me it just kind of like rang like a wheat ale.
All right. KG?
When
Let
I
the batch Tony Pete in.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry, did you say wheat or weed?
I would have known that one for sure.
well, when I first cracked it, I gave it a little sniff, and it smelled kind of bitter to me. Almost like just like bitter water. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll taste it. And I tasted it, and I'm like, okay, it's kind of bitter. It does taste kind of bitter. It tastes like a bitter, like almost like a Pilsner or a Lager. But the secondary, like, you could really taste the cinnamon after, at least I did, and it tasted very buttery to me, the aftertaste of it. And I really like the aftertaste, not so much the initial taste. That's what I thought of it.
Gotcha.
I had only a little bit that first day that you gave it to me, and then it was sitting in our fridge. And when Tony and I were talking on the phone the other day, recording a podcast, I had the rest of it.
T9.
You're done.
T9. T9. It's called
Both of you
T9.
guys.
If you guys
You're
check it out. It's on Bandcamp, T9. T9.
I didn't want to do that. You went there.
Bandcamp.com.
Okay. Anyway, I had the rest of it. And
We got 5 episodes up right now.
Brandon has
just
Hi,
left, okay.
Brandon.
Brandon has
Okay, welcome to Teen Line. I'm your co-host, Tony Golick. Joined by...
Deb Goggin.
He actually sounded just like me.
Yeah. No, but I very much
sorry,
enjoyed it the second time around in a pint glass.
Yeah, he killed off the rest of the bottle.
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
even
know
get a
why.
second chance.
I'm not sure what it was.
Were you drinking out of a mop bucket beforehand?
Yeah, that's probably what it was the first
You
time.
specified pint glass, so I thought maybe a mop bucket. No, and you and I talked about it, and I did already know from Brandon what everybody thought about it. My impressions of it were that it just tasted like beer. It was a cream ale. When I first started drinking it, I got the cinnamon like right away. Actually, I tasted it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. I was excited. And then I poured another glass, and I did not get the cinnamon. And I, like you said, I did not like that first sip. It was kind of like, man, I can't wait to edit that burp out. It was just kind of like, the first sip was kind of weird. And normally when I pour from my kegerator, I do pour out a little bit first into another glass because the lines are long and it's warm, so I want to get some of that shit out.
Oh, it's not for your dead homies.
No, it's not. I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but it was, and I laughed. I'm just, it just tastes like a cream ale now. So what I ended up doing actually is I sanitized the cinnamon stick and plop that shit into the keg, hoping that it's going to up the cinnamon. So I think for the next round, what I'm going to do, because I do like the idea of a cinnamon cream ale, is maybe do this cream ale recipe and add a little bit of lactose so you get that sweet, milky type feeling, and a taste, not feeling. You can feel lactose, I guess. And I'm going to do a cinnamon stick in the fermenter and transfer it into the keg. So round 2 will be coming back. But I also, the reason why I brought that up is that both of you, well, all 3 of you, not both of you, sorry, both of you because of the screens, I am going to give you guys the hazy pale ale that I did on National, or Big Brew Day, the American Homebrewers Association Big Brew Day. I ended up doing 2 beers. I did a pale ale based off of my New England IPA. It's just lower alcohol, and it's not as sweet. It's definitely hoppy, and it drinks kind of more like an IPA. Thumbs up. Drinks kind of like an IPA, but it is very fruity and tropical. Wow, Brandon with the Zoom emojis, I love this.
How do I make them go away?
They will. They'll just disappear. They'll disappear. So I'll be dropping those off to you guys this week.
Yay.
That's awesome. So that's the
More beer
thing.
delivery.
The thing is that I think that's
What's the thing, Kevin?
I
Tell
think
me what the thing is.
the reason I thought it was so bitter is because you think churro toast crunch, you just think this massive sugar bomb of like diabetes.
Sure.
And then it's just not that. And I think that's where the disconnect is, you know?
I think maybe for the next batch, I don't name it that. I'll just call it like a cinnamon cream ale.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's going to be fucking sweet with the lactose in there, and everyone's going to be like, this tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. This is interesting. Before we move on, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we're going to wrap this up shortly.
6 a.m. and I'm dying for breakfast. Yawning, stretching, I'm diving for shellfish. Back up at the surface in a second or three with a trophy abalone from the depths of the sea. Waterfront critters in a symphony of Snickers. That's a pretty big meal for a pretty little dipper. How you gonna carry home all that food? I'ma kick back slow and point my toes at the moon. Cause my belly gets a table, my belly gets a table. And I'm laying on my back, snack plate up on my navel. Escargot, crab salad on a bagel. My belly gets a table. Say what? 6 p.m. clam digging all day. Big fat belly like the Grand Buffet. You bopping with the best backstroke on the river. Potluck stretch from his throat to a slipper. I'm never late for dinner. I make no reservations. All I do is pirouette into a den of celebration with a delicate maneuver. Truth be told, my otter pop used to call it the sushi roll. You see, my belly gets a table. My belly gets a table when I'm laying on my back. Snack plate over my navel. Crawdad, cocktail, prawns, basil. My belly gets a table. Say what? I'm sleeping over here. Sleeping over here. Me too. Who's that? 12 o'clock, midnight, quiet on a beach. Not a creature is stirring there defiantly asleep. All except one eye's peeking at the shore. Mind on his stomach and his stomach on more. Slip into the water where he nestle with the bottom. If he wrestle with the muscle, he will render it forgotten. Rise with the take, found lights in his face and the whole wide lake like surprise, we're awake. I hope you caught more than one. My belly gets a table, my belly gets a table when I'm laying on my back, snack plate over my navel. Calamari, pan fried scallops and potato, my belly gets a table. Say what? Say what? Say what?
Yeah.
Could be a spot.
And we're back!
Yeah! And we are back. And there's Brandon, and there's me, and there's Kevin, and there's Deb.
Hello.
Yeah. We're talking about beers, curbside pickup, beer delivery, and all things related to getting schnockered while having to stay at home. Now, you three you guys all have to work from home, so I don't know what that's like, and that doesn't sound fun. I got to be honest. Deb, you're working from home?
I'm
you at home?
not working. I've been unemployed
Right.
since the end of March.
Right.
So
So we're covering all things right now.
Yeah. And I haven't
You're
been.
right. I just remembered your job. You can't work from home.
I cannot. Well, there's no work in my field right now, so it's really a matter of just waiting for some sort of normalcy to resume. But yeah, I've been cooking a lot and baking a lot and cleaning a lot. So Kevin is reaping a lot of benefits of me being a stay-at-home wife, more or less. But
Whoa.
yeah,
I'm also reaping those benefits with Laura working from home. She's been quite, my wife Laura has been quite great at maintaining the home and doing her full-time job. So it's been pretty cool. Although when I come home sometimes there's plants all over the counter. So
That's normal.
lady.
That'll happen.
That would happen anyway. You don't need a quarantine to
Right.
have plants all over your couch.
It normally happens on Saturday mornings only. Now it's Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So the whole working from home thing or having to be at home, do you guys find yourselves drinking more?
Yes.
Or just
Yeah.
the same?
no,
Yeah.
more for sure.
Yeah.
I
found, go ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, in the beginning, I found myself drinking more just because I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not a person who drinks when they're upset or angry. I like drinking in times like this when we're all hanging out and talking. It's much more fun. If I get upset, like if it's a Friday night and I get home from work and something bad happens, I am not going to drink at all. It's not because it's going to do anything, but I have no interest in drinking at that point. I like drinking to have fun with my friends.
Yeah.
Brandon, what about you?
Well, what I was going to say is I work from home anyway, so that change, I mean, there really has been no big change in regards to that. I have a coworker now, so like my wife works from home. And then I have a 1-year-old to chase around too. So that's been like our biggest thing is navigating that.
So you got 2 coworkers.
Yeah, pretty much. And one's
a real pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really been the only like change. And then I guess like the thing too is like every once in a while, like I would leave the house and go work from Fanny's or like, Weston's, something like that, just to get out of the house to do something. And now it's like, I didn't think about it as much. I didn't do it that often. And now that I can't do it, it's like, God, I'd really just love to go and work somewhere, like not here,
Yeah.
So, and then like when this is all over, or when the restrictions start loosening, who knows if we'll even have that option. Like, dine-in may still be very limited.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Yeah.
I think slowly but surely all that stuff will come back around. And I know some people are going to decide, make their own choices of when they feel like it's comfortable for them to go back and sit in a restaurant or some cafe to do work. But I know there's a lot of people out there too that they're gonna be the first people out there.
Yeah.
The first thing I want to do is just hang out with all my friends.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to go and do like a big public thing. I'm not dying to go to a restaurant. I'm not dying to go to a bar. I'd like to go to a brewery, or a brew pub, but more so like have all my friends over or go to their house and hang out.
I'd like to get a haircut.
Oh my God. I don't know if you guys, well, the listeners don't know this, but I'm constantly wearing a hat now because my hair is ridiculous and I don't want to shave my head again. I just don't. So I'm letting it grow. Me and my dad looking like twins.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dual Rajas.
It's definitely not dual Tony's.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were talking before about stouts, and the reason why I wanted to bring that up was that I found myself, for some reason, craving stouts more now during this, just because barrel-aged stouts, imperial stouts are like when you're hanging out with your friends, or it's like a treat for yourself, and now it's like that's the one thing I've been treating myself to is if I go to the liquor store or order something, it's like, I'm going to get a big stout. Like I just bought, probably for the 3rd time this year, a 4-pack of Sierra Nevada's Narwhal
Nice.
a barrel-aged stout. There was a couple other ones I was going to get. Like I grabbed something from Oddside, the hipster brunch stout once. I drank my last VSOD from Revolution. I still have some props that I can drink, but I got to wait for my good friend Brandon because he brought me last year. And I swear to God, if prop day doesn't happen this year, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
November. We got time. Who knows? Virtual prop day. Maybe a curbside pickup prop day. That'd be great. I'd like to win tickets for that.
They canceled Oktoberfest. That was the worst news ever.
That's right.
For me, it was Pitchfork. I was very upset when Pitchfork finally got canceled. This was the one year that I wanted to go for one day and pay $75 and watch like 6 bands that I really wanted to see.
That's worth it to see 6 bands. There's
Yeah.
concerts you can go to pay $75 to see one band.
Yeah. Or 3 bands, but you're only going for one. Sorry, openers.
I don't know how much for our anniversary, I had bought Becca tickets for the Lady Gaga show at Wrigley, and that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. I got friends who are worried about the NFL season. Honestly, as much as I love football, oh well.
Yeah. Well, and did you see when they the Bears released their schedule and it says all of this, subject to change.
Yeah.
If a game is canceled and not rescheduled, or if the game is played in conditions where people cannot attend, the refund options. I'm like, oh, so they're actually considering playing just games without people in the
Yeah,
stands.
I was actually watching Korean baseball because they've been having that on ESPN really late at night or really early in the morning, and they had a survey, an ESPN survey, and like it was something like 85% of people would rather just see it happen without fans.
Yeah.
They just want to see something. And the Korean Baseball League is actually very entertaining.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it
Maybe I'll
sucks
start
for me,
watching.
too. Yeah, it sucks for me. This is my first year as a Cubs season ticket holder, and it's like,
Dude, I thought about that. I thought about that when this all happened, and I was like, of course, the year that Brandon finally gets season tickets,
Shit.
he can't go. And I know
Yeah.
Dan. This is Dan Blythe's second year of our friend Dan, his second year of having season tickets, and I normally tag along, so I'm kind of bummed about that.
Yeah.
yeah. So luckily, like they offered us, we got refunded for all the games that haven't been played and everything up till the end of May. So that refund should be coming at some point.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go month by month just
Okay.
to decide how it happens. But the upside to that is like I'm locked in as a season ticket holder now. So
Yeah,
next
I was going to
year,
ask that.
like,
yeah.
next year I can just either rebuy the same seats or go get better seats, whatever. But yeah, we're locked in now, so that's nice.
That's good. Yeah, I was going to ask that if you had the option, or now that you are a season ticket holder, you're able to re-up every year regardless unless you opt out, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's good. Well, at least you got that going for you. So hopefully we've got sports next year.
Yep.
Yay, sports.
Brandon, you cracked open something else. Is that still carbonated?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
it's good.
All right. Yeah, I gave that was
It's giving
the
me
first.
heartburn.
Nice. That's the sour
When
I
it's
like to make
Jad.
for people. So yeah, I made a sour beer probably about a month ago now, and you guys were the first beer delivery that I made while this has all been going on. So that kind of started a trend of dropping off beer. I did promise people in the brew club I was going to bring them beer, and I have not done that yet.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's me shrugging my shoulders, by the way.
Going back to
Maybe one day.
Going back to the stout thing, why do you think that is? Why do you think we're all craving stouts right now? It's not winter. Is it because we're indoors like it is winter?
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Or like I was saying, like I normally, especially barrel aged stouts, I really do like treat those as kind of like a special occasion or like a treat, if you will,
Yeah.
for myself to have. And I like sharing those, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been craving them, and actually, I've been dying to brew an imperial stout, and I just can't pull the trigger because it's so expensive to do.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like I thought about it the other day. I thought about it the other day that maybe I will do that for my next beer. And since you have to wait long for it to just kind of mellow out, and you don't have that like hot boozy flavor in those big stouts, unless you want it. Weird. I'm thinking about brewing one maybe next weekend and not touching it in the fermenter until we can all see each other, like be in the same room with each other. So maybe it's like my coronavirus celebration beer.
Yeah.
Just a big stout. Just a big stout on a hot day, you know?
Yeah, I like that. I did the same thing. I bought a one of the Bourbon County. It was called the Mon Cherry, the cherry one.
yeah.
And I had it in
Cough syrup.
Yes. Well, see,
Kevin liked it.
I liked
Kevin
it. It reminded me of amaretto. Like it has a very amaretto taste, like a cherry liqueur.
And this is why we don't talk to Kevin about beer.
Hey, man, you invited me.
We invited Deb.
But
Deb
no,
brought you along.
so I had that in the fridge and I was going to save it for whatever. And then, yeah, I just popped it open. I think it was my birthday. I'm like, fuck it.
I
yeah.
feel like I'm somewhat responsible for you drinking it because you're always like, I want to save it for when I'm with Tony. I'm like, just drink the fucking beer. You're never going to see him again.
Don't.
But no, but
Oh my god.
Sorry. And I didn't mean it like literally. You're never going to see him again. But, who knows when we'll see him again is what I should have said.
He's dead to us, Kevin.
No, never.
But no, speaking to what Brandon was saying, it's like, if I open this, I'm going to have to drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it away.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like, drinking one of those bourbon counties, like you want to share it with somebody, but because it's very easy to share with somebody. You're like, oh, it's already gone. But once you're drinking it yourself, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I like to drink in like small glasses and just like a little at a time. Then I'm like,
That's
holy
it, yeah.
shit, there's still fucking half of this thing left.
I have drank one regular bourbon county during this, the entire 16.9 ounce bottle, because the Jewel over there on over at Six Corners, the real Six Corners, everybody, Cicero Irving walking, they still have bottles of nice. Kevin's showing his Six Corners tattoo, sexy. That Jewel still sells or still has just bottles of Bourbon County sitting out there, and the Benny's has Bourbon County sitting out there. So every now and then when I see it, I'm like, should I get another one? Mm-hmm. But then I'm always like, then I'm going to drink it by myself and regret it. But I never actually regret it, to be honest. So I don't know why I keep thinking that.
So getting back to the Mon Cherry thing, like I'd be interested in trying it again now, like after it's been in the bottles for a while, just to see how different it is. Because, when you're saying you're getting like amaretto out of it, I'd be curious to see if it's matured into that, because it was like a punch in the face of fake boozy cherry.
Wow.
Like, it was like...
It was not
like,
good at prop day.
It was like cough syrup. And again, like, maybe we would have been better served letting it warm up or something like that. Maybe that would have changed it a little bit. It was a little cold. So, I mean, I can't really say, like, normally something like that, I would definitely just let it warm up, because there's, it's going to be totally different when it warms up a little bit. So, yeah, I'd be curious to, if I see it again, I'll probably grab a bottle and give it a shot.
Yeah, stouts aren't my thing, and Kevin always has me sip just to try it, and I actually liked that one more than most of the other ones, and I didn't get that strong of a cherry, like, nasty cherry flavor at all. I thought it was really subtle, and I liked it. So maybe you're right. Maybe it was just something that you have to wait longer or whatever.
I think you probably have to set it on fire, because it's like a flaming mo.
Yes.
Which, by the way, for those listening, the latest Teen Line podcast is about The Simpsons. That's episode 5, teenline.bandcamp.com. Me and Kevin talking about The Simpsons.
Poor Brandon.
Hey, I plugged the fucking malting hour on Teen Line.
That's true. I think I've plugged the malting hour on Teen Line.
Well, we're bringing Brett.
You got to talk about the one that makes money, right? You got to talk about the money maker.
Neither one makes money yet. But we're going to start our own podcast network. It's going to be great. We're going to call it Nose Deer.
Oh, do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh, shit.
Tony and I talked about doing this today.
Oh yeah? I know. You talked about... I think I've talked... Every time I've talked to you in the past, like, couple months, you've mentioned doing it. No one can see this, though, right? This isn't a video?
I even prepared to have a glove here to touch the chip.
Wow.
Do you know about this thing, Deb?
No.
So it's the
Tell them what it is.
Yeah.
So there's a company called Pocky, and they make, like tortilla chips. And one of their like best sellers is like they're hard to find. It's at like 7-Eleven and like other grocery stores. Oh, no. Target has it every once in a while, but they have like a ghost pepper tortilla chip. So ghost pepper used to be one of the hottest chips in the world, peppers in the world, and then now there's the Carolina Reaper.
Oh my god!
So they have a thing now called the One Chip Challenge, where it's literally one chip in a box that's shaped like a coffin.
Oh my god.
Okay. And there's rules in here. So the whole thing is dusted in Carolina Reaper dust.
Wow.
And like black charcoal. So the chip is actually black this year. And the challenge is you basically eat the chip, and there's like a 5-minute afterburn that you wait 5 minutes, and then you can, drink your milk, eat your, Dairy Queen that you saved for this just in case you do it. Yeah.
Do you see the excitement on my face?
But so then, like, This is so then like if you complete it, you get the.
Yeah.
That's intense, dude. I've never heard of this before.
It's funny. I've been so excited about doing this until the time has come to actually do it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and if you Google like one chip challenge, you'll find a bunch of stuff. So it says on the box what to expect: mouth on fire, short-term loss of speech, impaired vision from tears, extreme profanity, and death. How to enter.
Death?
Yeah. Well, the last thing on there is rest in peace.
Wow.
Oh my god.
How to enter the one chip challenge if you dare. Try it. Eat the chip. See how long you can last without reaching for milk or ice cream. Don't say we didn't warn you. Prove it. Take a video of your attempt to survive the one chip challenge. The chip in the coffin must be in view. Tag Pocky Chips on Instagram feed or Twitter and include One Chip Challenge as a hashtag and sweeps to be added to the Pocky Wall of Infamy at Pocky.com. Your profile must be public.
Wow.
We're
We're
looking at a Google search and there's a screenshot from this guy who took it and he's drooling and his shirt just says fart.
Yeah, there's videos of I've watched this stuff all the time, and like there's videos of the guys that are they'll do 10 of these at a time.
What the fuck?
They'll open them all up and they're just like rah, 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 and they just sit there and they're oh, it's nothing. And then I'm sure they go off air and shit their brains out or throw up. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody can see my face. Who's listening? Brandon, are we gonna do this for real?
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do it with people watching, we can.
Yes.
We can kick Kevin Deb off and
do it. I will sign off gladly.
Oh god. So okay. There's a part of me that wants to do it tonight, but tomorrow's also Mother's Day, and there was things I want to do tonight. And I feel like this is gonna hinder me.
Like live.
Yeah, I want to live. But what I'd like to do actually is maybe. And this is not me punking out, but it is me punking out for tonight. Sorry, listeners. What if we did this with you guys? If you guys want to come back, we can do it during this week. And we did this with a whole video thing on the interwebs, and people can watch me cry.
I would love to see it.
Do that.
I would love to see it.
I will ride my bike to your house to watch you do this.
Brandon, are you free during the week to do this? To choose?
I can make some time.
Great.
Ooh.
Great. Sign me up. Okay, so here it is. This episode is out on Monday after Mother's Day. Before this week is over, and we will post it online when we're going to do it. But Brandon and I are going to go live.
We could do it as an Instagram video.
Yep, Brandon and I are going to go live, and we are going to eat this chip, and I will call off work the next day.
Ooh. You heard it here first, folks.
Tony's calling off work this week.
Tony doesn't show to work. Oh, he must have had that chip. Yeah, I'm down.
All right, awesome. Well, hey, guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Unless, Brandon, you got something else. Thanks for trying to get me to eat that chip.
No, I know. Yeah, didn't I give you 2 of them?
Yeah, you did. And my dad was like, I'll eat it. And I'm like, no, I need you to stay alive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right.
You got enough issues. You don't need to die.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. I can't. Oh, here we go. This is a good picture. Ready? Everybody smile. Taking a picture for the episode. And away we. Hey, all right. Thanks, guys. Kevin, Deb, thanks again for coming on and talking about
thanks,
your
guys.
experience.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
This is probably the last time for you, Kevin. Deb, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Aw, thanks, Tony.
I talked to Kevin too much. Don't need him on my other show.
Yeah, I talk to Kevin too much too. So.
Brandon, if you want, you and Kevin can start a separate podcast.
Hi, Brandon.
All right, the No Tony podcast.
Yeah, No Tony Club.
We're allowed to
And then
have
Deb and
lunch.
I will start one called "Don't You Hate Brandon and Kevin?"
Yes. Oh, let's do this. We have to do this.
I'd listen to it. I don't
See,
even listen to
I
our
would say-
podcast. I'd listen to that.
Yeah, I would listen to it too. It'd be good.
I listen to the podcast when I edit it, and that's it. This one should be a cinch. But anyways, you guys, thanks a lot for coming on. Everybody,
Yeah, thanks, man.
everybody stay safe and look out for each other and
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Happy
This will
Mother's
all
Day,
be over.
moms.
Yeah,
we
happy
love you.
Oh yeah, Happy
Day.
Mother's Days.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the
Days.
moms.
Hey,
And
can we play ourselves off real quick?
I guess.
Thanks.
We're gonna get sued.
The song during the break was not was copywritten. All right, this is how the show ends. Thanks a lot, everybody. Brandon, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
All right, I'm just gonna stop the recording now. Bye.
Bye.
It's easy to survive.